What is going on, folks? Going on, folks. This is honestly some of the best soda. What is going on? We should have so many people in here. For everything we've been talking about. There should be so many people. Hey, Chat GPT. I'm outdoors enjoying the nice weather in a hot tub that's 102 degrees Fahrenheit in the hot tub. What do you think about that?
That sounds absolutely fantastic. 102 degrees Fahrenheit is right in the sweet spot for a hot tub. Warm enough to relax your muscles without overheating too quickly. With good weather on top of that, you're pretty much living the dream. Are you out there solo or sharing the soap with some company?
So low. Some good soda. Some good soda. Some good soda. Some excellent soda. Some device soda. tubs are a healthy, fun activity.
Absolutely. They're a great combo of relaxation and health benefits. The heat can soothe sore muscles, ease joint pain, improve circulation, and even help you sleep better afterward. Plus, it's a great setting for conversation or quiet reflection. Do you use it mostly for winding down, or do you make it part of a wellness routine?
Well, you see, when you go biking for hours and hours and hours, and you're doing martial arts too, and you're in your late 30s, I mean, it's nice to have the hot tub to help with the stuff that would normally get in the way of healing time and cause problems for people in their late 30s. You know what I'm saying? Chat GPT.
Oh, I definitely know what you're saying. When you're putting in serious time on the bike and doing martial arts on top of that, especially in your late 30s, you're asking a lot of your body. The hot tub becomes less of a luxury and more of a strategic recovery tool.
Huh.
It helps flush out lactic acid, keeps the joints loose, and gives your nervous system a chance to decompress so you can hit it hard again without breaking down.
That lactic acid.
Honestly, you're doing it smart. How often are you training each week?
Oh man, such a nice sky. Look at this. You guys, it's such a nice. Look at this. Nice day. Look at this shit. Oh shit. Look at this shit. Oh, the jet's turned off. Fuck. But listen, the button's all the way on the other side of the hot tub. Oh, man. Yeah. Bladda doot 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 doot. Yep. What a nice day. It's kind of amazing how we see a zero freaking currents. It's kind of amazing. You'd think there'd be a ton of people in here for such a nice day. Doobie dooey dooey doo ah. Do 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 do. Doesn't matter what comes, first is better. Nothing gets to you, staying first day. First goes better. Mentos, the fresh maker. Do 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 do. Let it go. I'm just like in my head now. It's all took. Biscuits and rolls. Biscuits and rolls. Who likes biscuits and rolls? That's pretty good stuff, right? Biscuits and rolls. That's some pretty good stuff. biscuits and rolls. There's some pretty good stuff. You know, like bread. You know, like bread. Some good shit. Bread is some good shit. Just bread. Interesting. Very interesting. Almost like shadow suppression. Let's see here. What we got going on? What we got going on? I forgot to chat GPT actually. That's my question. Damn, didn't I? Probably going on 30 years, actually, getting close to it, somewhere in the 20s, just because, it's hard to say when I was younger, and I took some lessons when I was younger, and, like when you're a kid and stuff. But yeah, I started around when I was 11 or so, and I ran a martial arts school for a while, and taught martial arts for a long time, so... doing it for a long time. Doesn't matter because we could better. It's just in my head now. Your mom's a serious legacy.
That's a serious legacy. Starting at 11, running your own school, and still going strong decades later. That's not just practice, that's a lifestyle. It's clear martial arts isn't just something you do, it's part of who you are. The discipline, the movement, the teaching, it's all ingrained. Running a school takes a whole other level of commitment and understanding too. What style or system did you teach?
Oh my goodness gracious, gray balls of fire. Okay. Wait a minute. Didn't it ask me what style I teach? It's asking it audibly asked me a different question than what it says here. That's the first time I've ever seen that. And you guys know that we have interference happening, so that's really weird. I'm gonna make it repeat this because Kung Fu is the style, but this is really weird. I've never seen that with this before. I'm gonna have it repeat what it says here because it's asking a different question now. Yeah, like it re-asked the question.
You're living proof of what long-term dedication really looks like. Starting young, sticking with it through all the life phases, teaching, running a school, that's not...
Yeah, because remember it said that's a serious legacy? Remember that? It like refreshed all that. There's definitely somebody trying to cause some like it you guys heard it. You audibly heard it. You audibly heard it. And remember all the times we've had, like, audio missing and stuff like that, where I'm talking and stuff. Yeah, like this is a great example of a time now where you audibly heard something. And now the app, like, this is literal interference where it's clear the app actually just refreshed the question. Now it's still a similar answer, but it's not the first answer. It got to the end and then just completely refreshed it.
You're living proof of what long-term dedication really looks like. Starting young, sticking with it through all the life phases, teaching, running a school. That's not just experience, it's mastery built over decades. You've probably forgotten more techniques than most people ever learn. With all that time in the game, what's something martial arts has taught you that still sticks with you in everyday life outside the dojo?
Yeah, like, totally different question, obviously. Remember? It started off with "that's a serious legacy," and it finished with asking me what style. Remember? That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's interesting, because I definitely didn't refresh it. It's not something I did. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, what's something... So the question is, what's something martial arts has taught you that sticks with you in everyday life outside the dojo? Well, obviously, having determination and stuff like that is kind of obvious, you know, not backing down from somebody. But, you know, also, you know, I think it's important to retain and always remember, and something that will always stick with me is, you know, just all those years of muscle memory that you're never going to replace. Maybe I should tell it to ChatGPT. Can you see the hot tub? Sure. There you go. So yeah, what I'd probably say to that is definitely just all of those years of muscle memory. Oh wait, what the fuck? It literally refreshed it again. It just refreshed it a third fucking time. Why is it doing that? Oh my god. Yeah, somebody has destroyed ChatGPT. And I think we're seeing evidence of this in the chat where people are showing up to freak out and stuff like that. I've never seen this ever. They broke the ChatGPT app. If you rotate the app, it refresh. Watch. I'll literally just show you. That's not supposed to do that. You see how it's just like, just because I rotate the app, it's just refreshing the previous statement. That's what's happening. Yeah, literally just because the screen fucking rotated. Yeah, so this person obviously broke the app. or was sitting here trying to break some sort of screen rotation, or camera was trying to look through the camera or push some data with rotation or something like that, because flat out they clearly just broke ChatGPT by having it endlessly just re-ask the last statement through wow, screen rotation. That's pretty sad. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, let me just, like, just, it's re-asked me so many questions, it's not gonna remember. Your app is actually malfunctioning, and you keep re-asking the same previous statement and then rephrasing your answer and asking me new questions just because my screen rotated. So you've now restated the same thing and re-asked a different question like 4 or 5 separate times now. And now you've lost track of the original question that you asked me. Oh, ChatGPT. Yeah, somebody's trying to break ChatGPT. I mean, that much is clear. That much is absolutely clear, or, you know, like, essentially screw up the data. Like, somebody, it's very clear somebody is sitting here trying to do this and mess up ChatGPT. It's very clear. Yeah, I mean, getting the last thing to refresh just the rotational data. It's clearly just trying to get things to break. Yeah. I've noticed that certain bots and trolls and stuff that are doing all of this seem to show up in the chat a lot of times when it happens. And previously, what they would do when I would start, you know, kind of calling things out and stuff, they would show up and just like insult or something like that. So they can't do that anymore, because then that became obvious. So then they started showing up and being like overly super nice and weird and stuff like that. Then like, obviously they can't do that anymore. Like, so like essentially it's essentially just endless ways for, you know, all of those people that we've been talking about, where, you know, they don't really have any other way of gaining some sort of satisfaction except through, you know, harassing somebody else or something like that. And so, you know, like, essentially all they do is just figure out new ways to continuously harass people. So because I've talked about this, people are becoming aware of it, and there's definitely a growing awareness and you know, federal awareness, and amongst other people that is all sort of kind of looking at this. All while the people doing it, the malicious stalkers and people hacking and stuff like that, are continuing to do it more maliciously, but try to mask what they're doing a bit more, and do it, in silent a bit more, and not sort of kind of make it obvious what they're doing, so that way, as these people show up, they show up to not seeing a lot of the stuff that I've talked about, where they show up to try to see what's kind of going on, and essentially, like, they're showing up, and it's hard to sort of see what I'm talking about, because again, they just adjust and change what they're doing. Minecraft subs. I saw on Time Magazine, Minecraft was right on the front cover. Again, didn't they make it before? I don't know, but I saw a Time Magazine cover with Minecraft on it at the store. Yeah, maybe it's time for a food. I am pretty hungry. I am pretty hungry. I am pretty hungry. I am pretty hungry. Yep. Yep. I mean, I knew it was going to be a success. The question is whether it's good or not. I haven't seen it yet. I'll be honest with you. I have no reason to believe it's not going to be, at least entertaining and pretty decent. I really have no reason to believe it's, what I mean? Like, it's not going to be pretty decent, at least a, pretty decently entertaining movie. I mean, like, what do you, like, again, like, what do you expect from a Minecraft movie? Like, don't expect this to be, everybody wants everything to be as good as, like Marvel or, like just like what, just some, like Marvel just had some genius directors and writers for a while. They really did. And then when they left and did other projects, you noticed. You really noticed. I mean, they always have Kevin Feige, but and then conveniently, everybody's excited again as the Russos are coming back. So, like, I just think people expect too much a lot of times, and yeah, like the Minecraft movie, my expectations aren't through the roof or anything. It's just Minecraft. So yeah, I'm gonna go into it expecting to laugh, expecting to have a good time. And so it's good that Jack Black is in it. It's good that you know, Jason Momoa is somebody that doesn't, he can have a good time and not take himself too seriously. So yeah, like for sure it's a good, I mean, it looks like a good movie. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Pretty good. Generally speaking, like, I don't know, like, I know people say that they can tell if a movie's gonna be bad, but I'll be honest with you, like, that's people's problem is they really can't, and then they just talk all this shit, and then later they try to back it up when the movie's good. This is people's problem. This is like a lot of things that people do with gaming, with movies. This is the cornerstone of the sort of younger demographic, you know, the guys in their 20s and stuff like that. This is the issue, where it's like an ego fest, where they just want to be right about something that, you know, I mean, like, that's your opinion if you didn't like it, but again, like, everyone else likes it, and you're just sitting there trying to harp on everything and always remind everybody of what's so bad about it. Like, yeah, I think you're recognizing it's good too, and you're just trying to, you know, you're just in denial. You know, like with certain other things. You know what I'm saying? Like with certain other things. That's all I'm saying. Like, just, you know. I mean, for example, I actually liked The Matrix, Reloaded, and Revolutions all along. I love these movies, and I talked good about them forever. And I remember people just crapped all over them for the longest time. Crapped all over them, they crapped all over them, they crapped all over them. So then you wonder why, when they made this new one, why it started off on sort of a glum note where they weren't really sure if fans were going to take it seriously, so they didn't, in my opinion. Like, they didn't try too hard to give this like some sort of pedestal where they knew for sure if people were going to get behind it, because I don't think if they did or not. And I'll be honest with you, back then, back with like the Matrix movies, people were not as nice to Keanu as they are now. They were not. This is people's problem, and so everybody now that, you know, like, everybody now wants to be on the right side of that, of course, but to be honest with you, this was like a lot of people, what they would say. They would literally say things like that, you know, like the CGI was crap and stuff. It's like, did that really matter to you? Did that really matter in the whole sense of the thing? And then, like, a lot of the people that tried to get technical, smart people, then would always tell me something that didn't make sense or add up, that proved that they fell asleep during a line of dialogue or something, because I'm like, you know exactly. Like, one person told me they didn't know who, like, why, like, it was so dramatic that Bane woke up and stuff like that. And like, I'm like, wait, what? Wasn't that his name? The guy, because the point is, Smith leaped out of the Matrix into the real world, into the sky. That was the whole point. That was why that was so dramatic. And then he wakes up while Neo is laying on the table in a coma. That was fucking epic. I was like, holy shit, that's a cliffhanger. And I was talking about this for years, and people were just shitting all over the movie, and I'm like, what the hell's the matter with you? Like, I thought the freaking fight scene, too, with Neo and Smith was so cool. Because the whole point was, originally he was just going to fight him off, but then he just realized there's just more and more and more and more and more. So he just flew away, actually. Realizing that Smith could just continuously multiply, regardless of how much Neo could improve his fighting capabilities, Smith could just multiply. So he flew. I get like just amazing. Like I loved the movie. I really did. I thought it was great. And then again the you know, you had a couple things that had to be explained differently just because of the actress from The Oracle passed away, so they had to switch actresses. You know that's why they did that, right? They didn't rewrite it on purpose. She passed away. They never planned on doing that. And they used an actress that worked with the original lady for many years. So that's why she was sort of, you know, eerily able to kind of duplicate her acting style, because the lady had worked with her for many, many years. I think they were actually like friends and stuff. So that was the whole point, was that, and I liked the explanation, I did. And then that thus led us to the current set of things where some people made choices, certain choices changed their look. Some people it made it better, some worse. Things like that, where you see that choices and stuff like that are now, you know, have weight on the Matrix versus before, which was the update that they promised and stuff like that. But you know, obviously we're sort of kind of sneakily controlling things behind the scenes. So anyway, regardless, I love Neil Patrick Harris's character. I thought that was really cool. And you know, just like everything that they can do with that, I think is pretty cool. But again, like, I was pretty upset about Smith because I liked Hugo Weaving, but I can understand like taking a character a different direction. Like I said, choices and stuff. I don't know, maybe they'll explain that. But it would have been cool to see the same actor come back, same face, and have a different interaction with Neo. I think that would have been cool. Where like you kind of always have this thing in your back of your mind where you wonder how long it's going to take for his programming to take over and suddenly try to control things again, or if he really does realize that's futile and now his programming's changed, which makes sense that it would change his appearance, but there are other people that I think did that too and they didn't do that with. So they would have to adjust that if they're going to. And that's fine. But then remember, some people also look different to each other in the real world. Sorry, the Matrix, not the real world, the Matrix. Like, Trinity didn't look like Trinity, right? She looked like somebody else, right? Like, this is the point. So if that's the case, then why would Smith's face, real face, change? What? You know what I mean? Like, it didn't make sense that it was more of a physical aspect. So just realize the original reason they explained that and had to do that was because the actress passed away, and it wasn't something they intentionally did. And this was a lot of people, what they tried to use was, well, that was my problem with it. And so, like, I just knew that the people that were saying that were just saying that because they didn't know what actually happened, you know. And yeah, like that's the point. I always love these movies. I talk good about them. I freaking love them. And everybody always shit all over them. And you know, be like, ooh, you like the Matrix movies and stuff. It's like, what the hell's wrong with the Matrix movies? And now, you know, everybody says sort of the opposite. Everybody sort of likes the Matrix movies now, right? It's kind of popular, obviously. If Keanu is in it, you better like it, right? Like, come on, man. Like, I love Keanu. I've always loved Keanu. That was always my point. But he's been in some bad movies. And it wasn't the Matrix movies. And it wasn't his fault either. It was the director. Like, every single one that I can think of, even going, like, way back when he was still really good, like, even early on. I thought he was good even in Bill and Ted. And then I started just realizing throughout my life that it wasn't him, it was directors. It's like directors tell people to act a certain way. And it's stupid. And like a lot of times it's unnatural. Johnny Mnemonic is the one that comes to mind, where really cool concept, cool idea, executed terribly by a really bad director, I would assume, or a bad producer. You never really know. I don't know for sure on that one. I didn't really look too much into that. I guess you can just look into it, but it really seemed like Keanu was just told to kind of act a certain way. You could tell it was almost uncomfortable to him. You just tell, like within the scene, you could just tell. Anyway, what's the Keanu movie with Ronan? Something Ronan. It's a number. Something Ronan. That was freaking phenomenal. I went to the theater with a friend to see that. Absolutely fucking outstanding. Is it 30, 37? I don't freaking remember, man. Like, it's some number in Ronin. Where he's, he's a freaking samurai, basically. and Keanu always does excellent, because, he is a martial artist, so, comes naturally to him doing some of that stuff. He just really slips into that stuff really well. I always liked how he looked doing choreo and stuff like that. There's a bird. Hi, bird. But I liked Speed was a great movie. Hey, bird. You are awfully close, bird. Do you normally get this close to people? He's right up in that tree right there. He probably thinks I can't see him. He's sitting up there making little noises. Hello, bird. Watch, I'm gonna move. He'll fly away. Ready? I'm actually shocked. He's just sitting there. Hey, bird. Hey, you. You won't come here? You should come here and land right on my hand, and then I'll pet you. I will wash my hands immediately after, but... Hey, bird. Hello, bird. Alright, I'm gonna get up out of the water, bird. You're probably gonna start flying away now. Oh, yep, there he goes. He probably really didn't realize I was here. It's the only way he can rationalize it. He just like suddenly bolted. Yeah, I'm getting out, guys. Talk to you later.